I bought this box set of the first 80 Penguin Little Black Classic collection. I'm doing a little reading vlog, reading 5 of these at a time. Sorry to be spreading misinformation, but I ended up only reading 3 in this video, or the video would have been way too long. I've put numbers 1 through 80 into this little TBR jar corresponding to each of the books in this collection, and we'll pick out 5 numbers, and 3. And those are the ones I'm going to read. So the first number will be number 10. It is On the Beach at Night Alone by Walt Whitman, and here is the description on the back. So I finished the book, and not gonna lie, this was not the best start to the challenge. This turned out to be a book of poetry, and poetry and I are not best friends. I feel like I'm too literal to understand the nuances and like the read between the lines in poetry. I feel like most of it just goes right over my head, and I just do not understand it at all. Like, I can't say I retained a single thing in this book, and it's not this book's fault. I just don't understand poetry. Let's hope the next book I pick out is a little bit better, but let's see what our next number is. It is number 61, and number 61 is The Dolphins, the Whales, and the Gudgeon by Aesop. This should be interesting. It is a book of short stories composed by a slave in Greek antiquity. That sounds really, really interesting. I'll let you know what I think about this in a sec. So I finished this one as well. It was better. It was definitely a lot easier to read than the book of poems. Stories were pretty short, only like a paragraph long each, and they each have a sentence on the end that tells you what the life lesson is supposed to be, which I kind of resent. I feel like I'd rather just like figure out what the point is supposed to be on my own. But if you're looking for some short stories with valuable life lessons, I say give it a go. Time to pick out the next one. It is going to be number 66. It is A Pair of Silk Stockings by Kate Chopin, which is not an author I've heard of before, but this book is described as 5 stories of awakening by America's most daring author. I'll let you know what I think in a sec. I finished the book and I really enjoyed this one. These short stories were written in like the late 1800s, and I agree with the description that she was a daring writer. And I don't mean in like an explicit sense. I mean like the topics that she tackled were probably taboo for that time. Topics that had to do with race and class and elitism. I totally recommend picking this one up, and I'll probably be checking out more from this author. The only difficulty I had with this book is this author used a lot of French terminology without really explaining what they meant. So you have to extrapolate the meaning based on the context or look up the phrases. But apart from that, I found this author pretty easy to read. That is 3 books down and 77 left to go.